graduate student, just a few background. I did my bachelor's degree at the University of Ilorin. That was Department of Mathematics. That was I graduated 2021. Oh my God. I'm trying to even remember. It's just a few years back. And I got to the US 2022 for my master's at the University of Idaho, studied statistics and data science. Okay. Um, we're gonna like during the course of my discussion, I'll be giving you guys more details and so many things, but let's just go straight into the business of today, just to give you guys an overview of the whole thing about graduate studies, studying abroad, okay, in the USA. So why study in the USA? Why study abroad? Let's just take it that way. There are a lot of access to world-class opportunities. Okay, the diversity, the opportunities for you to get funding, the exposure. All right. So it's actually a very great one. If you've just been thinking, why do I even want to study in the like study abroad? Let me not just use the word USA. So why do I want to study abroad? You should think about it. You're gonna be exposed to a lot of opportunities, not just academic opportunities, career-wise, your growth, your own personal growth. So take note of that. Okay. Then the next thing, the graduate school requirements. Mostly, let's talk about the graduate school requirements. I want to also like mention this. You can always like go directly from your bachelor's to your PhD, okay? So, and you can also decide to go from your bachelor's to your master's program. Please take note of that. So, you need your bachelor's degree, whether you're applying for master's or PhD. Some PhD program allow you to use your bachelor's degree only, okay? So, your bachelor's degree, you need your transcript. Many people ask, what is a transcript? The transcript is the results you got. Like they usually give transcript in some schools. Some schools they don't give, but it's just the collation of all your results that's probably like that shows your grades. Okay. In case you don't know what a transcript is, that is that. And if you're not given one, you can always collate all your results together, get it stamped, and it can serve as an unofficial transcript. Some schools required official transcripts, some schools required unofficial transcripts. So that is it about that. Then we have your CV and resume. Very important. Academic CV. This is not about the work CV, okay? There is difference between resume, normal CV, and the academic CV. So we're going to talk more about that. Like that is like something another topic entirely. But please understand that you need academic CV if you want to apply. If you've not started preparing for your CV, you need to start now. Then your statement of purpose. So your statement of purpose is another important requirement for graduate school. So these are like the application requirements. You get me? So the statement of purpose is just like you introducing yourself to the scholarship community or the school that you're applying to. They would not be seeing your face, but that is how they connect with who you are. Aside your grades, aside your CV, aside every other thing, your statement of purpose is like the main thing. Okay. We have letter of recommendation, all those things, but your statement of purpose is very important. Please, I want to mention this. If you are writing your statement of purpose, don't just give facts. Tell your story. That is like your own selling points. Okay. Now we also require to have the recommendation letter. The recommendation letter can be from your professor. When I say professor, I don't mean like a professor. It can be your lecturer. It can be a doctor or a professor. You get it, someone that has taught you at least one from it. And the requirements varies per school as well. Or your employee. You get it. So letter of recommendation. Then the English proficiency test. So the English proficiency test, it varies in different schools. Some schools required you to just like show that you studied in an English speaking school, or you have to submit the TOEFL or IELTS. And Oluwako mentioned the other time that she wrote IELTS. So that is like the English proficiency test. You get it. Okay, but please make sure you've done your research by looking out for the requirement before you say you want to go and write test. You have to make sure that, oh, it is required in the school you are applying to. All right. So please, are you guys following? I just want to be sure because everybody is muted. If you are with me, can you just probably you are free to say something or yeah, quickly. Guys, can you hear me? Okay. Thank you so much, Abidemi. I love that. So just to be sure that you guys are paying attention, I'm not just speaking to the air. So now the next one we have is the standardized test. in case you are wondering that this is not what you want to hear, don't worry. We're gonna get to your questions and get to what you need to hear, okay? Just follow me. So we have the standardized test. That is like the GRE. It is optional in many schools. But please, if you can write the GRE, do prepare for it and write the GRE. Okay? It takes time to prepare. You need at least 2 to 3 weeks to prepare for the GRE and write it. Don't just say you want to write exams and you need standardized test, prepare, then write it. Because now you can see that you'll be left with you would not be left like you would not be having any restrictions of schools. You will not be like after I'm not writing GRE, you'll get that kind of a thing. But it's not all schools that require GRE. I just want you to know that I did not write GRE. Okay. So the research proposal too, it's also required for some course, especially those in the arts field, some in the health field. They require you to write research proposal. This is not a generic thing. It varies by school. Okay. Then you need application fee. And sometimes some schools offer application fee waiver. So you need to take note of that. If you are preparing to apply for grad school, be ready to invest in yourself. And it's worth it, honestly. At the end of the day, you'll be glad you did. So you might have to pay some money. Okay. I know that is quite a challenge, but there are schools that are offering waivers as well. Take advantage of those waivers. You get it. In as much as it is very competitive for school that offer waivers, if you build your application very strong, it's going to stand out. You get the point. Okay. Then you need your passport and your documents. So please, you can highlight, probably like take note of what I just said. These are the requirements you would need in addition to some probably that I have not mentioned, but these are the major ones. Okay. Then the next one, we have funding options available. We have fully funded assistantships. Many times people will be like, oh, I want to study abroad. I want to study abroad. Like, yes, how can I get a scholarship? How can I get it? I would rather say, how can you get funding? You get it. Scholarships, people just use that word scholarship, but let's use the word funding, okay? If you are an international student, your first target should be, how can I get funding? Okay. How can I get funding? So let's just talk about the funding options that are available. We have fully funded assistantships. We have RA, which is the research assistantship. We have teaching assistantship, graded assistantship. Then we have the fellowship and scholarship. Okay. So fellowship and scholarship is different from assistantship. Assistantship is like you get to work, okay, but there are some scholarships you just like you're being granted a scholarship. You get my point. And there's also some external funding from other foundations. It might not be directly from the school. You get it, even fellowships as well. Then you can also like get funding by like sending coordinates to professors. That is sometimes related to RA, okay, and sometimes they don't call it RA particularly, but generally it is called RA. Okay. So let's move on to the next line. Now, when to start preparing, we don't even have time for like, if you are targeting to, if you are looking forward to applying for grad school, this is the time to start now, like right now. Because from what I have here, the ideal timeline to prepare, let's use for 2026, for example. April, June 2025, you've started your research by getting all the programs you want to apply to. You know your research interest. That is the first thing. I think I'm rushing. Let me just take it slow. Sir David, please, how many minutes do I have? I don't even know. So I know how
Yeah,
to.
no, continue. You have a lot of minutes.
Okay. Okay. I don't want to rush, so I can
Yeah, take
break.
it slow. Okay.
Okay. So for the you need to first understand your research interest. Okay, guys. If you did mathematics, that does not mean you have to apply for mathematics. You might say you want to do something like computational mathematics, or I'm just giving an example. You get my point. So please know your research program. Okay. Now you might not want to follow this timeline because this is the time now for application. Application season is now. Okay, so what is your research program? What is your research interest? Am I still going for what I studied in my bachelor's degree, or I want to advance, I want to go for something different? But understand that you can only go for something different if you have the foundation already in your bachelor's degree. You get it? It does not have to be the same course, but you have to have the foundation. Okay. Now, the next thing is After that, you get a list of schools that you want to apply to. Look out for schools that are offering your programs. Like look out for these schools. So far you've identified your program, you look out for um the schools that are offering it, start sending mail to professors, and you start gathering your documents. That is where the statement of purpose come in. The statement of purpose, just like I mentioned, is one very important document which I encourage everybody. You want to also ensure that you take all your documents, you balance everything. Don't say that because I want to put more strength on my statement of purpose, my CV will be lacking behind. No, you want to balance everything so that they all carry equal weight. As they are seeing your statement of purpose, they are seeing your CV like this, and it's like, wow, wow, they match together. That is what gives you like a strong application. You understand? So start your statement of purpose drafts after getting that, because statement of purpose is not something you wake up and you say you've written it and you are done. You might want to start with a draft, write it, give it to someone to review for you. They'll get back to you again, all those kind of a thing. So you want to start now. I put it up to everyone. If you've not have a statement of purpose meeting, start by writing your statement of purpose this night before you go to sleep. It is very, very important. You can write a paragraph today, paragraph tomorrow, and all that. Okay. Then after that, you can always talk to your professors about letter of recommendation. Let them know that you would be you would need their help with letter of recommendation. It will not be smart of you to like request for letter of recommendation like 2 weeks to deadline of applications. You get it. All right. So this is just a timeline. Okay. Basically, this is not what I want to dwell on. So I'm going to move to the next slide. So now, just I think this is what I started talking about the other time. Now, let's say we want to talk about application for 2026 now. Application for 2026, which is like all we can see everything, like most schools are now open for application. How can you stand out? How can you stand out? You need to have a strong academic background. If you do not have a strong academic background, you should be able to have a good explanation of your weakness. The fact that you did not have a first class or probably a strong 2-1 or all this kind of a thing, that is not a disadvantage, okay? That is, but you should be able to package yourself in a way that you have they can see you as you are capable of grad school. You get it? So that is one thing I want to point out. Do not let your second class or like do not let your academic, maybe you feel like you don't have enough academic strength back then, but you still want to push forward for grad school. Don't let that limit you. Okay, there are ways in which you can still cover up. You can write standardized exams, all those ones, and your letter of recommendation, your SOP, get enough research experience. Those things can help you, like take you up. So I am just saying this for those that probably feel like my result is not good enough. No, don't let that discourage you. And to you that you have good academic strength, also, please don't let that be like, hey, my result is good. Nah, nah, nah. Because you have a good result, that is what should make you showcase that, yes, I'm very strong in your statement of purpose. Let them see it in your academic CV. Let them see it in your in every other thing, your research experience, when you package your statement of purpose, and you get my point. Your letter of recommendations have to be very strong. So don't they just look at your academic um just transcript alone. No, they are looking for balanced students that you can manage both communication, everything. You get what I'm trying to say. Okay, so before I continue, I would want to know if people as you guys are following me, because it looks like I'm just the only one talking. I'm reading
Yes,
the okay, okay, thank you.
Papa.
Thank you. I can see that. So I'm glad we are paying attention. So relevant experience, you have to talk about your statement of purpose. It has to be outstanding. It has to be like very clear. Your career goals, they want to see. Your statement of purpose has to be on point. You get it. Then your relevant experience, gather internship, research experience, project, anyone, put all those things in your applications. Those can be in your CV and in your statement of purpose. Then we have letter of recommendation. The letter of recommendation should be talk to them. Don't just like, sir, please help me. I need letter of recommendation. Please let them know that I would want to, please, sir. They are looking for. Let them know what the admission committee wants to see in letter of recommendations. You get it. So please pay attention to this. Then preparation. You have to be consistent. You have to prepare, start on time, and be consistent in the journey. You get the point. So just like I already mentioned, this is like the checklist. Okay, this is the checklist for the application journey and every other thing. I would This is just beyond admission. Then now let's talk about bonus tips. Bonus tips for you guys. I would advise for you to join communities. Like this one that you are now, this is a very helpful one. Always contribute. Join sections like this, join webinars, you get it. And get templates for your statement of purpose, you get it. Don't just say, oh, I know how to write. Ask for templates, ask for questions, ask for guidance. And you don't have to wait for perfection. Start now. You get the point. So I would stop here for now. I would want you guys to ask questions. Demola, Sir David, sorry.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here with you.
Yeah, so
So
let us
please,
like just stop here for now, then they can ask questions.
yeah. So if you have any question, please let us know. And I think I have some questions from the Google Forms. So while we wait for questions online, please, if you have your questions, please let us know now. I think one of the question was the person was asking if need with tutu. So what is the way out if you have a tutu degree or HND? So did you get that, Olamide? I think Dr. Olamide the meeting. Okay. So one candidate asked me from the Google form that if you finish with a tutu or what's it called HND, is it possible? So yeah, I've seen tutu get admissions and funding, and I've seen what's it called, and I've seen someone that had an HND that got funding. And from the slide that Dr. Lamide shared, you could see that different people have different stories to write, right? Like I think one of the person that will be picking up next to talk will be talking about she didn't pay for the application fee, right? And she didn't do IELTS, but there are some other things that she did to like complement that. And so basically depends on not just your academic background, right? It also depends on your research experience, publication experience, teaching experience. Also depends on how you can explain to them. So there are some schools in the US and Canada that they only use your first 2 years GPA. They use the last 2 years of your BS program. So if you can explain to them, okay, what happened during your academics, right? Why you have a low grade, and that can put in your SOP. That can give them like enough, like, oh, this person was going through, maybe he lost his father or mother during that process, or was going through financial constraints, right? Or just give them reasons in your SOPs for having that. So instead, so since you're finishing with a tutu or HN, you or do an HND, you have some reasons for that. So what do you have to replace those what we think are restrictions? So it could be your work experience, it could be your professional experience, it could be what uh, how you were how you're able to write a convincing SOP, and also your recommendation letters. Those go a long way in helping or shooting helping you to like prepare your applications forward. And I think in the last 1 year, one of the people I work with actually um had everything. They had funding, like two of them, they had funding, everything. Then this admission came and they took away the funding, right? And now we are looking for ways to like, okay, this time around, even if they want to take away from it, they should have something that no one has. And these two people have been really working hard, right, on ways to like increase their chances by getting more skills, by publishing, and I think this time around we are going to like get it done for them. So that question answers about HND2. If you have any more need more clarification, please let me know. I will answer that. So Rashid Akim, sure, you can answer your question now. You are muted, we can hear you. Rashid Akim. If you can hear me, you can ask your
Okay.
question now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good evening. I really appreciate your efforts for organizing this webinar. Indeed, it is impactful. But then I have some questions that I want you to help us to clarify. Number one, how can we have access to you in terms of SOP writing, the expectation of admission committee in letter of recommendation? When we prepare our own, we write our own, can we have access to you for us to proofread? That's one. Then two, can we have our best template from you that will guide us to prepare our own? Thank you very much.
Uh, Olamide, do you want to answer that? Okay.
Hello, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, can you answer
So
that
you
question?
mentioned how can he? Sorry, I did not really get this question. Is
So the two questions, I think it could be for any of us though. So he asked, how can you have access to like to you or me? I don't know who is this that question to help in I think he said writing, right? Writing SOP, but I don't
okay.
think that's yeah, that's one.
No,
Okay.
Yeah,
So like,
sorry,
go ahead.
please let me clarify the question.
okay.
I mean, assuming I write my SOP
You want review?
and I want somebody that will help me to proofread it. In many cases like this that we have where webinar like this, by the time we finish webinar, for us to contact any of you people, it looks somehow.
Yeah.
So if there is any channel whereby you can send our SOP to you, or the a kind of a letter of recommendation format that you help us to proofread it and you send it to us back. That's
That's
one part of the question. Then the second part is, can we have award-winning templates from you that will help us to prepare our own?
okay. Good. That's a good question that you just asked. So, first of all, I would want you to understand that a lot of people that you see, especially like you should appreciate Sir David for doing this. This is not something everybody does, okay? Everybody is quite busy, very, very busy. Okay. So people take out of time to do this, to share knowledge, and you understand. So I'm going to put it out to you. There are a lot of people that could help you review your statement of purpose, but you have to show them that, hey, I really like you have to show, like, when you see, when they see the dedication, the commitment, the consistency in you, they would be willing to sacrifice their time. You get it? You can't like say you want to like review everybody's statement of purpose. For instance, let's say at the end of this webinar now, I want to pick 3 people or 4 people that I want to review their statement of purpose. It's gonna be those people that are actually like we're responsive, that we're like paying attention, that we're following up, you do this. So make sure that you've done your own part before you try to like look out for people that would like to review your statement of purpose. Yes, I do. I don't know from Mr. David. I could help you review statement of purpose, but it takes time. You have to join the queue because it takes time. Like it takes about like a week or 2 weeks. It's not something sudden. You get it. But aside me, I can say you can find a lot of people on LinkedIn. They used to like advertise. They want 10 people, 10 they are willing to review 10 people. They're willing to, you get it. You can also connect with people on LinkedIn. You understand? Talk to them politely, request can always like enter their DM because people are busy, but people are also willing to like sacrifice time for few people. But you have to put yourself in a position where people would see you and they'll be like, yes, I want to. You don't have to like this is like when I mean you have to do your own part. You have to like be the way you approach, the way you approach them, the way you like present yourself, you get that kind of a thing. All right. So that's the first question. The second part, the template, I would forward it to Mr. David, the ones I have, so you can put it share it out with you guys. So you can always like find CVs, resume, statement of purpose, and all those templates there. Okay. And you want to also get that it is a template. You don't have to copy it word for word. You get it. So did that answer your question, Mr. Rashid?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
I would like to answer that. So yeah, I review SOP, but recently my schedule has changed. So there was one, I think there's one person right now that joined this. So he asked me like, so you before you send me a sorry, I asked you when is the deadline? So sometimes like I may not even like check, although I receive some emails, but I may not have time to like go through it, right? So and another thing is that it depends, as you said, it depends on the seriousness of the candidates. To be honest, like if you make the work so easy for me, right,
Yeah,
I will enjoy working with you.
yeah.
Like for the people that came in recently, the three students that came into the US, like they just made the work so easy for me. I had to do this, do that, and they did it. But if you want me to do the writing, and for me, I'm a perfectionist. I can ask to go and correct a comment 10 times. If you get tired doing that process, like okay, this one's not serious.
Yeah.
And I do it for free, right? But if you make me to like say, okay, you want it serious, like, okay, you have to pay for it, which I've not done before. So I think some people value it that way. Then concerning a template, I don't think there's a master template somewhere, right? You can see like she said, you can see like 100 templates and you can have to copy word for word. You just have to like craft your template based on what the program is all about. Just
Okay.
imagine that 1,000 people are applying for the five people positions. And the way the writing is like you have to write in a way like you have to captivate the mind of admission committee right from the beginning. So I don't have a problem working with anyone, but if you are lazy, right, trust me, you just like I won't respond to you anymore because for instance, before I can reach out to our speaker today, we have to like miss each other calls, miss calls, messages because we have other things that we're doing, right? So the time is really really precious, and it's possible, like Mr. Rashid, right? It depends on you and the candidates, and that is what I can say about that. And another question from the what's it called from the Google form. Let me just read it out to you before you continue. The person asked that I think you mentioned of it. He said, do you have to like so what are the chances of securing a fully funded scholarship in the US without securing an advisor? Like more like do you need an advisor to get funding in the US?
Good question. All right. So that's a good question. Do you need an advisor in the US before you get funding? No. The first thing is it depends. Okay? The answer is no, but it also depends because your course, okay, so your course, it depends on your course, it depends on your research. You get it. So for people, most people that like they are in like field whereby they could easily get teaching assistantship, I would say yes, you get it. You can just get teaching
Yeah, right.
assistantship and you are good to go. But for people that their course, they only get assistantship in form of research assistantship.
Yeah,
I
right.
think I mentioned that. So not to confuse you guys, teaching assistantship is different from research assistantship, okay? Teaching is like you get to teach. Research is like you get to work with a professor. Research, you get it. So if your course, there is no teaching assistantship. So just know that it will be teaching assistantship or GA or fellowship, you get it. But if your course is just research assistantship, my friend, you have to like send emails to professors. It varies as well for each school. Some schools they might you don't really require to like cold email professors, you get it. But most times, if your course is like research assistantship, RA, you would have to send more emails to professors. That is why you have to do your search. When you like go to the school website, look out for their look at their requirements, look at their funding options, read the information. If they'll tell you you have to secure, even whether they tell you you don't have to secure a professor, once they say only research assistantship, there is no teaching assistantship, please take a step forward by sending cold emails to professors. Or you can also message the graduate coordinator, the graduate admission committee, ask them questions. You get it. Cold emailing, I would always recommend it. Even like it's always like very, very good. You get it. Especially for people that they don't have teaching assistantship in their field. Okay. So I don't know if I've answered that.
That makes sense. I think to purchase what you said. So there are some schools. That's why no matter even though you don't need an advisor, right, or supervisor, your first contact to any school is your is guiding coordinator of that department.
Yeah.
They will tell you what you need, right? Like you need to secure advisor or not. That's the first contact. And that one does not even require a CV to sometimes not require a CV, just like a simple question and I'm convincing. I think is it? I don't know if I'm right. This Korean name, John Jin or something like that. If you can hear me, um, just speak.
Yes, David, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, what can you pronounce the name?
Johnson.
Ah, I think it's John something. Yeah.
Sorry
yeah,
about that.
yeah. You have the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so basically that is one of the issues that you just addressed that I've been facing because my major is basically, deeply rooted in research. And most of the schools I've checked out so far, and I've reached out to the graduate coordinator, they specifically told me that I have to contact the professor. And
Mm.
I did. I got quite a lot of responses, but it's either I'm in administrative role, I don't plan to take on students next year, or there's limited space, no funding. I also got to the three schools whereby I don't have to like secure professors to, to apply and so on. But my question is this: for me, before I came to Korea to study, I had BSc in animal science, animal nutrition to be specific. Then I had master's degree in monogastric animal nutrition. But in Korea, I studied food science. Now, as the speaker have said today, that you can change your major if it is somehow linked to your background in the BSc. For me, I'm planning to like do something related to interdepartmental programs in like nutritional science, which like entails some field of animal nutrition, food science, and human nutrition. So, what is your take about that? So
Okay.
that's my question.
Yes. So David, can I go? Okay. Yeah, so just like you mentioned, talking about the sending cold emails, please don't give up, okay? Don't give up. I just want to keep encourage you to keep sending the emails. Okay, that's one part. Another insight I would like to share with you. You can also connect with students in that department, in that school you are looking at. They can also give you information about which professor you can message, you can connect with. Okay. So that is that. Now, talking about your second question, where you said that is perfect, you get it. It does not have to be because you did. Okay, so for example, I know somebody that did biology, microbiology, and the person is doing something probably epidermal, like something like in Department of Veterinary Medicine, but the person did biology in Nigeria. So it's not about the title. It's about like the research field, the research interest. What they want is just if you have the background, especially for you people that do research, the research, like in the sense that do you know about this basic thing, these stuffs? So you're good to go. You just mentioned nutrition science. You did food science, you did animal combination. That's a very good one. You're good to go. So you don't limit yourself. I'll just encourage you to shoot your shot, but ensure that you've actually done your research very well. You've gotten a lot of information about before shooting your shot. But you're good to go.
Yeah, I'm sorry to like to want to ask this question. The reason why is because when I was making my research, I discovered that some universities don't like they offer like a tenure track program, but not entirely related to my background. For example, I think the University of North Dakota offers biological science, but they have a food science track. So my concern is if eventually I got admission, I got funding, I want to go for like visa application, won't that be like a constraint?
Mm.
Yeah, I also saw another school that offers cereal science, but they also have a major on that. So all those things are kind of the thing that I need clarifications about. So
So I think I would say the moment you get funding, you get admission, then you have everything you have every proof to the visa officer that you are a good can like you yes, you know what you're doing. Like that should not be a discouragement. I don't think you should be talking about the visa now. What you should be talking about is to get the funding. So
yeah,
once you get the
right.
funding, okay, don't
Yeah,
worry. Once you get the funding, the service will be ask you questions and you will be able to answer it. You'll be sure, like you would that one you will cross that stage sincerely. Don't look at that. Let's just focus on getting funding first. That's the most important thing. Admission and funding. Okay.
all right. Thank you so much. Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
thank you, Johnson. Victor, can you go now? Just go to the next team entirely. Victor, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly, Mr.
Yeah,
David.
yeah, you can go ahead.
Thank you so much for hosting this program. It's very impactful. Okay, I've started this journey right from 2023. But recently I also applied, that was 2025. But you could remember probably around last year I sent you SOP. So I want to know what are the contexts that makes SOP strong and what are the trends SOP needs to follow? What are the contents to make that will make an SOP to stand out?
Very good. Good
Yeah.
question. Yeah. I actually like the fact that you did not give up because I know a lot of people that did the application last year just because they did not get, they just gave up and we are
Yeah,
not seeing them and you get it. But I like your consistency and I want to also, before I answer your question, I want you to channel that energy, like raise up and get put in a stronger one. So to answer the question, how can you write a strong statement of purpose or what are the trends, a strong statement of purpose? I might not be able to give like a precise like the whole thing, but just to summarize, first thing first, there are like four parts that you have to be able to show in your statement of purpose. The first one is you talking about who you are, okay? The your first paragraph should be like something that is an overview of your passion. Oh, like why you want to study, why you're motivated about that thing you want to study. You get it. So you talk about you talk about why you are motivated, why you are passionate about that thing you want to study, where it comes from. Then you talk about like what you intend. I'm gonna explain it in paragraphs. Then you also have to talk about where you're headed to, okay? Then why you chose that school. So the first paragraph, I always tell people, make it catchy. Like you want to explain that this is where I'm coming from. I always like be like I've always had an intense passion for mathematics. The study came from so, and I had my bachelor's degree in this. You get it, and that. Next, you have to talk about briefly about not like story. Talk about the bachelor's degree, your what you've gained, the foundational courses. Okay, talk about the experience, maybe your thesis can dwell on that, you get it. Those are like keywords. You can be picking anyone you want to pick. Then you also want to talk about your experience, maybe relevant research experience or relevant internship, like, and an experience that you feel like is relevant to that program that you want to go for. Next, talk about why you think all these things together, these two things, your passion and your experience, how it makes you fit for that program. You understand? So why should they take you? Why do you think all these things makes you a good candidate? You yourself, you want to write it. Then talk about the school. Why you think this is the school that will help you um achieve your dreams, your passion. You get it? Did you understand it? Then finally you conclude with your long-term goals. You will have already like mentioned what you want to like. You have to just connect the dots. I just gave an overview of the statement of purpose thing. Okay. So yeah. So know your
Thank you.
yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
so yeah, do you still have more stuff for us on the slides?
Those parts they're like after admission.
Okay, yeah, I want to bring up Samuel. I have some questions, but I want Samuel and Yomi to like talk. Samuel is here. Okay, yes. Samuel
Yeah,
is my friend from
yeah.
OU. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm, I'm, I'm your brother, I'm not your friend, bro.
So Samuel will just
Yeah, thank you so much,
yeah,
Sir David. Hello, can you hear me, everyone?
yeah, I can hear you, Sam. Mhm.
Hello, can you hear me, please?
Yeah, I can hear you,
yes,
Samuel.
we can hear
Okay,
you.
thank you so much, Sir David. I used the background for a purpose, go. And so that is what everybody wants to achieve. There is a goal to achieve. And if there's a goal, okay. So I use the background for a purpose. My background say goal. Goal is everyone wants to achieve a goal, right? And if you think you want to achieve a goal, I think there should be something that is pushing you to achieve that goal. So I will briefly talk about my experience. I've known Mr. David for quite a long time now in the master's program in OAU, and also though he traveled before me, my boss. So and then everyone wants to get up there. But beautiful, we are friends that we pick ourselves up. When one is up, everyone wants to go with it together, up as well. So one thing I did was to link up with him. Thank God the group was created, study abroad, and in fact, I won't lie to you, that group was created basically because of me, because I Mr. David cannot answer all the questions that is in my mind, right? But there are some people that will be on the group that can also answer questions. So that's why groups are there. Though he's my friend, and I remember there was a time I was like, okay, guy, just give me a link. What is the link? And we've been picking ourselves for so long. But one of the things he told me was, don't worry, when there's opening, it will happen. But I know it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You cannot keep saying that someone should give you a link when you yourself, you are not even pushing forward. And I thank you, the speaker, Olamide, you have done well. And I like the way you attend to questions, which is the truth. Presently, I'm in Morgan State University in the United States. And my journey was a little bit like a snake. I call it a snake because first I have to go to South Africa for a PhD program and the Morgan State for another program. So my going to South Africa is another journey. There is SOP for me to write. There is a proposal for me to write. So coming to the US also, there is another journey entirely. There is SOP to write. There is proposal to write. So as Olamide has said, it's everybody has different routes of getting to a place, but we need to get to that place. The SOP. Let me quickly attend to the question of is it Mr. Morak now that answered the question about how to write SOP? Yes, truly SOP has a standard, but SOP standard is based on the school you are going to. You don't write SOP because of what is SOP like that. You want to know what that school needed. You want to know what is going on in that place. And also, some of us, I know some people have messaged me about writing of SOP and the likes. First thing I always tell them, go and write, let me see, and bring it. Some of them are still using a copied SOP of 1980 or something like that. There's something like that. Things are evolving, most especially now we have AI, we have ChatGPT and everything like that. Things are evolving. Even the professors also, they are also evolving in their knowledge. The professor you want to write to. So if you are still using the method of last 3 years to operate with this year, it will be wrong. That's why you need to get updated alongside. For example, in my school, Morgan State, a lot of things are happening. A lot of professors are getting grants on different projects and they are needing students. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So if you are not in tune, if you are not updated in what they are doing, you will be writing based on past glory. So you don't want to do that. That helps me. I have a friend called Olaiton as well. I have a friend called Frank. So you want to know the right people you relate with to get updated. You don't want to just stay back and do. I'm a big boy. I don't have issues. I can write my thing. No, you can't do it. Let me quickly give us a brief thing that happened to me even while I was applying to the United States after getting the admission. I got the admission. I don't have funding. What I need to do is talk to friends. What is going on? How will I get funding? How I got my own funding was like a friend talks to a friend talks to a professor. That's how my funding came. So I can talk more about how I got my funding, which is brilliant for me. Other people that can write to a professor and they will schedule an appointment for interview. Fine, that one also is there. But for me, it came in that way. So I got the funding and I was about writing, going for my visa interview. I met. Hello, can you still hear me, please?
Yeah, I can hear you, Sam.
Yes,
Okay, thank you
where we
so
you,
much.
sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
thank you so much. So for my visa, so there's one way of getting funding is fine. Getting the scholarship is okay. Getting admission is okay. But what about for the visa interview? I'll just say a little bit about that. I'm writing a visa. I'm doing my interview from South Africa. I wrote, I'm into education. I believe I'm brilliant. Yes, I wrote it. My ID, DS 160. I wrote, I believe I'm good. Thank God I didn't submit. If not, I wouldn't be in the US right now. Somebody just told me, just said, okay, why can't you just give to someone to profit for you? I gave to the person. Do you know that that guy, I will use the word, he rubbished my work. He said, I bet you will not get the visa. Ah, I said, what are you saying, sir? So I humbled myself based on who I am. I humbled myself. I said, okay, sir, put me through, please. Then that was when he now told me, do you know that I was writing without using WhatsApp, without knowing that there is something Meta AI on WhatsApp? Even me, it was so funny. So knowledge is transcend. That's what I'm trying to say. He said, just this, let me just give you the breakdown. He said, go to your WhatsApp, just type what you want to go and do in the US. Type the background that you have, then give it a prompt and tell it to help you write for DS 160. And boom, I did that. Everything was just coming out. He gave me that assignment. I haven't put it down in my DS 160. I now went to meet him. He said, this is good, but we are going to brush it up. Now AI has done his own part. Now you want to now add human experience to it. Do you see how it went? So let's assume I've gone with the one that I believe I wrote myself. I don't believe on any chart. I don't believe in anything, my dear. That's how we fail. Am I encouraging that we should just use ChatGPT to do things? I'm not encouraging it, but it is good. Sometimes use it to get what you want to get, but you don't have to write it back to back like that the way it is. So that's how I found myself in the United States. And everything now is working, And as at now in the United States, I believe you cannot be all and all actually, but you still need to connect with people again. So what am I trying to say in essence is that every stage has their own difficulties and has their own trials, but every stage that has trials has their own way through. You can get through any stage in life. Believe me, I was just focusing on the United States back then in Nigeria. United States, United States. It was someone that I met in Italy when I traveled to Italy. He just told me, just say, guy, how far? You come to South Africa? Me in South Africa. What am I doing in South Africa? Then boom, I applied. Then boom, a PhD in South Africa showed up. So you don't want to just limit yourself with one place. And I know some of my friends as well. Some people South Korea, some people this before they found themselves back in the United States. So you want to try to see, okay, fine. And you know what? All these places you are going, all these things you are writing, the conferences, the seminar, everything like that, they are not for waste. But one thing I would like to tell you, which has helped me, you want to stay focused. If you are on a field of STEM, stay there. They won't tell you that since it's happening in social science, you want to run there. They won't tell you that no, you don't want to go. You want to stay so that when you are writing, somebody asks a question that hope is not going to affect. Now, if somebody, I don't know, maybe that is somebody that the China guy, I don't know. Sorry, pardon me. He said after getting admission, then you want to now go for interview. Hope is not going to affect you when you are going. So why do you put things together? That's why you need to be focused and know what you want to do. You want to stay and okay, fine, this is the pattern I'm going to, so that if you are going for an interview, you don't want to mess up over there. For example, somebody who did, let me use, I don't know, computer science or something like that. The next thing you want to do MBA. Okay, fine, that's beautiful. So if you don't know how to package yourself, computer science and MBA together, you will mess up with the interview. And the whole struggle you had for like 2 years looking for admission and scholarship, 100% scholarship, when it gets to the interview for visa, it will mess up. So you want to ask questions like, I want to give kudos to soon to be Dr. David, that for this platform is so rich that it has really helped me. It's helping others. That helps a lot of people that I know, because I believe I'm part of the people who like the pioneer of this group, the first people. And thank God, I never regretted joining this group. I am now where I want to be and still going higher. So I want to just encourage us that yes, there is a place you are going to, according to what I have my background. Go. You want to stay focused. You don't want to miss things up. If you want to do physics, stay on physics. And staying on physics, there are some branches of physics that you can add to it. Develop yourself. Final thing I'm going to say before I leave is, please, should I say minimize lie or don't even lie? Because a lot of people try to lie, like they try to lie and package things that they are not. So if you are someone that you have to call you for interview, you won't be able to defend what you have written to them. You know, you're sending a code mail, right? I know C++, I know Java, I know Python. Yes. After all that, if they call you for interview and you lie, forget about that school. I'm not lying to you. I need to be real to you now. Forget about it. Don't lie. If they are going to be called, you will be called. And also, let me put this, because I say, should I say you should not lie or not? If you lie, after lying, go and start learning those things. Mr. David, am I correct, sir?
Yes,
Go and,
sir.
just go and learn it, because if they call you, US people, one thing I know about them, I don't know about other people I've worked with in the United States, because I'm part of the board of directors somewhere now in the United States. People I've worked with, they don't like you lying. Because if you cannot defend it, it will be a problem. It's like serious problem. So you don't want to lie. If you have been lying before now, for the sake of you going to the United States, don't lie. Just be honest. And if you have lied, go and start doing all those C++ you said you know. All those Java, all those Python you say you know. Go and start learning it. At least have the beginner knowledge. May God help us. So I will just stop here so that because of our time, so we could go. Thank you so much, David, for the
Yeah,
invite. God
thank
bless.
you, Sam. So I knew Samuel since OAU days. That was during my masters. And one thing about me and Samuel is that myself and Samuel is that we went to this PTDF scholarship together in in Futar.
Yes.
Myself, Samuel, and Nana. Nana is in the US as well. So Nana and myself went to South Korea first. Then we moved to the US the same period. Like so after the petroleum scholarship in Futa that myself and Samuel and Nana went to, then after some times myself, Samuel, and Frank we went to Redeemers University for a lecturing job. It was so fun. We did everything that we need to do just for a lecturing job. To date, I think we didn't even know who ended up getting that job. Then when we now myself, Samuel, and Frank met again this year in February when I went to like Baltimore, Maryland.
Maryland,
We
yeah.
we repeated that picture again, and it was a very beautiful experience. So although they are planning something later on, but we see how that goes. So but yeah, he's been a good brother himself, Frank and Olaiton, and it has been amazing, really amazing. So I don't know if any of us know about all this green card pathway. Olaiton is really good with that. If you need, so someone was asking me about HB1, right? I don't even know much about HB1, but if you want all this EB1, EB2 visa pathway, I'd would be a good contact about that. And finally, before we end, thank you, Samuel, for that. Before we
Yeah.
end today's segment, I want to call Victoria Oluwaseun. So I don't know if he's there right now. I know time is really going right now, but I had to like drag her to do this thing. I don't know if she's available right now while I'm still waiting for her. So Sheon is one of those people I met like a sister to me actually from Nigeria, the same church, and is one of those candidates I met back in Nigeria, and she has been really preaching. She finished with first class from FUOE, if I'm right, yeah, from FUOE Geophysics. And one of the things that she did was that during her undergraduate project, she got a grant from US, right? So she did that. She finished first class. She served in several capacities in that school. I don't think she's online right now, but I'll just give her a story. And what she did was that so she's supposed to come to my school. That was a year ago. But one or two things, right? Like life happens. Then she like say my brother, I have to like say yes. I need to like push this later on. So what she did was that so when there was this particular school in the US, Alabama, University of Alabama, they always give free waiver, right? So I sent it to the group page. I don't know if any of us saw that stuff that day. Like I said, I sent the waiver like offer code to the WhatsApp page. So Sheon and one other person applied. I just want to use this as an example. So these two persons are from my church. I'm a good friends as well. So what Sheung did was that mailed a professor in the school like, oh sir, I have this and that. And one thing that we did that before she sent anything out, she always sent it to me to review for her. So we always like go through. And I'll be doing that since I met her. There was the time she got this MTN, what was it called? MTN scholarship, but she missed out because of, I think, department refused to send a transcript on time. So anything that is sending out to any professor, always go through me first. SOP, could email you, always go through me. Same thing with Anu and the other person that got our offer. They always go through me first before we send it out. So she sent the email to the professor, and what happened was that the professor told her, like, you know what, we're going to give you funding even without waiting for the time they're going to accept you to our department. I assure you that you're going to get this offer. So by the time they got the admission, the professor told Shion that once you receive the TA offer, do not accept. I was like, what was this guy trying to do? And this person said, okay, once you get that offer, I'm going to apply for a fellowship on your behalf. So what the person did was that, Deborah. So what the person did, what the professor did was that the professor had to like apply for a scholarship for her, for a fellowship for her. What is this? Hold on a second. Okay. So this professor had to apply for a fellowship for her. But what stopped her from getting that fellowship was that she had publications. She finished with first class, right? But they were looking for a first author or researcher, and that was how she was unable to get that fellowship. However, the funding she got at Alabama can pay for two people. So the other person that applied to Alabama to refused to apply to what's it called? Refused to write to a professor, although he got admission, but he got no funding. So now imagine that kind of scenario, right? You have two kind of people. You get a free waiver. The next thing you need to do is for you to write a professor. So writing a professor for people in research field is very important. Engineering sciences. If you're in education management, all you have to do is to like send an email to the graduate coordinator. Sir, man, this is what this is my condition, this is my case, right? So what do I need to do? And the reason why I'm talking about this is because we've been together for a very long time, like on this application stuff, friendship, being there for them to think and think rather. And sometimes I pray for these people, like I go in a way like because they put in the effort, right? And it's how I share burden with people just to help people out on this platform. And the last person I'm talking about is my friend Rebecca, and she was one of the people that started this studying in Korea group together. And the same thing. I think, in her own case, she had publications. She has a master's. She didn't do IELTS, but she has publications, and that was how. And now our own work was that she was hoping to resume by fall this year, but within 1 month, a professor reached out to her like, "Can you come in summer?" And that was how the story changed. Within 2 weeks that they gave her the application, they gave her the scholarship and the funding. Then the visa that she was in South Korea was like way like a month away. Then I told her like what we can do is like we have to write to the embassy. We need emergency waiver, what they call it, emergency dates, and tell them the reason why. And before you know it, a new date was given, and she got to the US even the same month she got that offer. So I think the best thing that if you can take anything out from this today's webinar is number one, you have to do the work by yourself. Like you have to write those things, write the CV, write the SOP, write this thing. What we can do for you is we can help you to review it. Like, oh, this is not correct, this is correct. And if you're not so serious about that, man, trust me, after the first, second encounter, I'm going like straight away. I've worked the candidate last year. Like she was like that, like, you know what? Just I forgot about her. I even introduced her to one of my professors in Nigeria, right? To be what's it called? To provide out a reference letter. And that one said it was even happy at one point. They're like, you know what, this girl is not serious. I stopped talking to her. So I always like go a long way to like talk to people just to help. I've spoken to Samuel, spoken to Olaiton, like please, these guys, even my guys in other countries. One person left South Korea to Estonia. I have a friend then in Estonia, like, oh, please help me. I have a Nigerian coming, can you help me? And now the lady now is in Belgium. So yeah, I have people everywhere. Like I'm not just saying it out. But if you like need help, you can always help you, but you have to be serious, right? You have to be serious. Almost all the people that I have here with me in the years right now, or probably in Korea, not because that I gave them a link, like Samuel. So You can even give people a link and they will not know what to do with it. You have to do the work by yourself, right? You have to like do the work, like be ready. It's not easy, to be honest. It's very difficult. It's hard. I can't tell you the number of emails I sent out. I can't tell you the number of cries I've cried on applications, right? I can't tell you the number of times like I've listened to my candidate tell me like, David, I'm about to like give up. And I'll be like, you know what? Oh, don't give up now. Just suffer now. You understand? Even though like what we are doing, we may not be the one to enjoy it fully, right? But you are building generations ahead of you to enjoy that fully, right? You can enjoy maybe to like maybe right now you are 20 or 30, add like 70 years to your age, like but there are some people coming ahead of you that they will start enjoying from like 10, right? Maybe like 5, your kids coming ahead of you, right? Those are the generations, right? And the other thing is that it's not everybody that want to live in Nigeria. That's what you need to know. So if you are putting yourself in the group of people that don't want to live in Nigeria, trust me, you are wasting your time, right? But if you know that you want to, then you have to like be ready to do that. So I think I'm done with my own discussion right now. Miss Olamide, I don't know if you're married. But I guess
I'm sorry. I don't know if you can allow me to say something,
oh, sure,
David.
sure, sure.
There's something I missed. Sorry. I remembered when I was in South Africa. This is also part of the tool that helped me in coming to the US. One day, Mr. Davis just sent me a mail or sent me a message because God has self numbers. He just said, "Okay, Sam, do you think you want to partake in a panel?" I don't know if you remember, Mr. David. I want to be part of the panelists in American Physical Society. I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine." Why? Because
Yeah,
they don't need somebody from the US. They need somebody outside the US doing a program that can
mhm.
speak based on the country that they are. I mean, I'm in South Africa. So he just sent me bam. And you know that that was published online. Now, if you press my name online and just, oh my
Really?
God, the name is there. I'm telling
Seriously?
you,
For
I'm
real?
telling you, now it's a big shot for me. Yeah. I believe
Oh,
part of things because when you send a message to professors and they're looking for you, they look online. Let me just say this, it can be hilarious though, but a friend of mine told me, he said, Sam, once they search your name online, if it is Facebook and Instagram, they see if you are messed up.
I don't see. I
They
don't see.
search for you. You see it, right? Good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You see
yeah. See
panel
that.
is there, right? So
Spanish,
they say when they
yeah.
search your name
Oh
online
my
and
God,
they're seeing Facebook, Instagram, it's crazy. You are messed up. If they
I've
don't see something
forgotten.
meaningful. Yeah, he just sent it to me and I keyed into it. So what he's trying to say, essence, is that nobody is going to help you. We can give you the link. You can see something, unfortunately, having a link, but don't expect that everything will be done by the person who gave you the link. Can you see? Yeah, he's forgotten that he did
I
that to
forgot
me.
again.
We have forgotten, but look at what happened. Now, like if I'm trying to even apply for anything right now in the United States, I will put it there that I once functioned as a panelist in so, and there are big shots in the United States right now. So what am I trying
Yeah.
to say in essence? So please keep following this group, and we are not advertising to get more followers. We, by God's grace, God is helping. Okay,
Yeah,
we are
right.
just here as one love to help people to get there. If you get there, if you remember us, fine. If you don't remember us, oh, good luck to you. We are not waiting for you to remember. But we know that what the platform is doing, believe me, guys, we are doing wonderfully well. So, Mr. David, you are the best. You don't know what you have done, but don't worry. We know where we are going to meet December, but don't see don't loud it, okay? That's okay. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, Sarah, thank
Don't
you so
mind me,
much.
I'm always playful, okay? Yeah.
Thanks, Samuel. Okay, I think we're wrapping this up now. So, Mr. Lamide, can you come for the outro? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, thank you, sir, for sharing your experience too. That was insightful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we have any question from the house? Any more question? Okay, no question. So I think in the absence of that, I would want to just encourage us all. Please understand that this is a journey. Like it's a process. It's not like you start today and you say, oh, I'm not doing it's the person that is like very consistent, persistent. You need that spirit of persistent. You have to like be very persistent, just like what the other brother mentioned. So please, I would encourage us all to put our put our best in this. Carry your like if you want there's this adage that if a child does not lift his hands, the elder ones cannot carry them. I'm not saying I'm an elder, okay, but if you want people to help you, you have to like yes, you have to like be open your hands, be willing, like put in the work. And I would add that it is preparation that meets opportunity that is equal to success. So prepare your document now, start preparing. And when you see the opportunities, when you see that flyer, that poster, that then you're going to get the success. Also, take advantage of every information that is being shared on the group. Like when you see posters, information, all those the flyers and all those things, it works for people. You can just be like, until you go to school. Those things to actually help. So take advantage of information and always ask questions when you're confused about things. Above all, believe in yourself. Okay? Believe that this thing it is possible. Okay? Anything you set your mind to, when you put in the work, you can achieve it. If we can do it, sir, the mother can do it, sir. We can do it. And all over a lot of testimonies. These things are there for you to know that people have gone through this process. It was not like it's not a straight path for everyone. You get it. Everybody has their own like you might actually decide to go from one country to another country. It might just be like you're still going to like end up at the same like destination you get, but it might be an equal, like different path entirely. You get my point, what I'm trying to pass. So believe that you can do this, and at the end of the day, I can wait to hear our success stories. Thank you so much, sir, once again for the opportunity you've given to me to share my experience with everyone. And thank you all for joining. I don't know, Sir David, over to you,
So
sir.
um thank you for joining, for coming to like speak. I know it's very busy, like it's
Yeah.
about like start of the semester right now, so work is getting about to get busy, but thank you everyone for coming today. Like I'm not sure I'm going to do a second one. I'm not so sure. I'm not promised that, but I will try. Like, yeah, like this week has been like a lot of deadlines just to meet up with new semesters, several emails, just some things new, and a lot of things are changing in the US right now too. So we're trying to like just like be on a set on our foot on the ground as well. But I'm always ready to help people, just if you're serious alone. And also, can you drop your YouTube link? I know you have a YouTube link, right? YouTube page. She doesn't want to talk about it. Yeah, she's out. She does some great stuff I've seen. And then one of the things like I saw on her group page was that when you're coming, so one thing that I noticed about people that like to school, we always talk to learn skills, like making air, right? Like cooking or maybe a plumbing work or mechanic work. Trust me, those guys, a plumber is fisher than some 9 to 5 jobs in the US. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Someone that make air actually get more money than some of us students, even more than all of us that are doing just student work. I'm too serious.
Yeah.
Because to make just 1 year like this costs up to like $300.
Yeah.
To lose years like 1,500, depending on where you're sitting. Just imagine like you're losing here for like 10 people in a week. That's like on $1,000 in like 1 week. Just
Yeah.
imagine you do that for like 1 month, right? That's okay. So, and you don't have to pay tax for making it. I don't think you pay tax for making
No,
it.
I say my cat.
So yeah, so this it has been. Thank you for coming, to be honest. And just have you dropped your YouTube?
Oh, okay, yeah, I think it's Olamide. Okay, let me drop the link. Thank
Yeah, I
you,
can
sir.
just drop the link as we just roll out. And thank you so much. Justin, just last.
Yeah, I just want to appreciate you and Mr. Olami for for taking out your time. I know the kind of sacrifice that you have put in place, to be able to
Let's get
you know
confused.
dig out time to help us. So I just want to appreciate you guys once again. Like it's something that I've been looking up to for this meeting. Only God knows how many times I reach out to SFIT concerning this. So thank you so much. And hopefully, yeah, when you have anything, I can reach out to you guys. If you have time, I mean, I'll be glad. So thank
I
you so
think
much.
it will be so amazing to see some of you here by next year webinar. Like it
Very
makes sense.
testimonies.
Yeah, I want to. That's the kind of vibe I want to have. Like I just want to have that kind of testimony.
Many
Next
students
year.
get confused about the service fee and
So I get it. So that's one thing we need to like work on. Like if you can have that, like bring yourself there through being at work and not getting tired, right?
yeah.
That's the good news you want to hear from us, every one of us. Okay, she has posted the link so you can join, and thank you everyone for coming to be. If you have any question, you can ask me directly through the WhatsApp page. And you can also check our YouTube link. She has some good stuff there. And hopefully one of these days if I travel, sometimes I can travel for conferences and all, right? It's always like nice to see you in person. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
For the
thank you,
weekend.
sir. Thank
All
you.
right.
I really
See you
appreciate it.
guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Sam, see you later now. Thank you so
Bye.
much,
Yes, sir.
everyone. Yeah, bye
Thank you
Yeah,
everyone.
so
bye.
much.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.